when I was talking with the guy that got my car fixed, I had mentioned the difficulty I had had with finding work, and he told me that I should try to reach out to a job agency. And I kind of like chuckled to myself because he's someone who like owns his little bit business of repairing stuff, and so he's not constantly seeking out work in terms of having to try and work under the thumb of somebody else. And it's not to insult him, it's just to say that he's another person where they're clearly in a position where they are not having to deal with the current job market. And I decided to, I don't want to say take him up on the offer because he didn't know I did this, but after get him, doing his thing and getting the car fixed, I went up to this job agency, called them up, went, scheduled, well, not necessarily, just kind of like walked in, they asked them what I should do when I come up there. And I mentioned that this during my Don't Let Being Unemployed Drive You Crazy video, that they wanted me to give them my license and social security card, and I didn't have a copy of social security card. And I thought it was so weird because 90 something percent, like literally every job I've applied for throughout this entire past year, all they need to see is a picture of the card because that confirms you have it. How else did I get this picture? Is it AI generated? So I go through the hassle of getting it from a place that I just can't like access without having to enlist someone else. And I only do this because, like, in my mind, I know that this stuff is screwed. I know that I'm doomed in terms of, trying to get work, that it's never as easy to unravel the nonsense as other people try to make it seem. But I said, I'm going to put myself through this extra strain just to confirm and validate the fact that these places and employers are simply not hiring people. So I went and, got the card, and that was the day I gave them the card, and they had me sit down and were filling out my information and telling me that they would give me a call back if anything came up. That was October 9th. It has now been over a month, and I have never been called back by them. And I don't even believe it's like a case of, oh, you got ghosted. It's literally just, the reality is we are in a job market that is horrendous. There are a lot of places which are putting up fake jobs, listings that are literally there just so they can get your information, listings that are only there so that they can scare the people already working for them. There's no shortage of different reasons why things are the way they are. But whether you seek out the help of a job agency, whether you try and do it on your own, as I've always done it, or if you even get the help from a couple of different, relatives or associates or homies, it doesn't matter. If the job market is crap and there are simply little to no available positions, uh, there's not much they can do for you. They can put your name out there to maybe some people you wouldn't have applied for, but that's pretty much the full extent of being able to expect anything, to come out that would be slightly different. And it's really sad. Again, not because I expected anything different, or I told you that like I went in there like, oh, I know this is going to be a waste of my time, and got validated, but rather that there are people who are not dealing with this, that genuinely believe that if you just did this one thing, if you just said that one thing, if you just went over here, if you just had this, everything would magically go away. I told the story about my religious encounter video. This old lady, comes up and starts bugging me over me having a cross necklace, and as I'm speaking with her, she's like, "Oh, make sure when you have your job interview, you do your hair like this and wear." And I'm just like sitting there myself thinking, "Lady, we're in an era where 90% of my interactions with employers over the past like several months have literally been, you send an application, right? You fill out their form for their little help wanted crap, and the only thing you get back is a Dear John letter. There is no interview, there is no seeing you or anything of that nature. You are a name on a list of a long line of people that they have shown the door to. So it's just stuff like that where people, they're so desperate to believe in a world where things make sense, right? Where they're not in the twilight zone. But I've known it for a long time, because when I go and experience these things, um, normally my position is informed based off of like just recurring patterns. But it's really dangerous that whether it's an older person, whether it's even some of the younger ones that are doing their own business, they don't understand the depths of terror that the modern job market is, where I'm not kidding, you can apply to hundreds of places, and the only thing you'll end up with are waste of time, waste of gas, interviews all over the damn state and city, um, and places that try to get rid of somebody right after they hire them. It is a dry spell by any sense of the word.